EK의 승리는 쉽게 마치 골키퍼 없는 PK.
래퍼.
Three, two, one. Pink slime in your area. This is pink. And slime. It's pink slime. And this is your one and only Show Me the Money Season 8 Recap Podcast ASMR version. So the reason why this is the ASMR version is because we're trying out a new destination to record this.
Like a semi-public space. Like there can be other people here, but
oh, I just heard someone cough, and my phone just rang. It's not on silent.
there's anytime somebody can walk in and see us recording.
We're in like a meeting room lounge that's open to the public.
But it's kind of late at night.
We're trying it out.
Yeah.
We're a little paranoid that someone may come in and see us all set up here. Someone already caught us.
Yep. Very awkward. So awkward.
But we wanted to try out something different.
Yeah.
So
maybe
we're taking a risk for you guys.
Yeah. Maybe if we pressure ourselves in this situation, we're more effective.
Maybe. So this is episode 9. Episode 9.
I can't believe it. And we're going to find out the top 4 this week.
We know the top 4.
Well, I'm going to pretend that we don't know until the end of the podcast.
Man, I'm already down coming into this. That's why I needed a new change of atmosphere.
It's late at night, and she even got coffee.
Decaf.
to
decaf
lighten
coffee.
her mood.
Yeah, to trick my mind, I got myself decaf coffee. Because I love drinking coffee.
Yeah. Coffee lover. Anyways, so the top 8 that's left is EK Punchnello, Bryn 서동현, 최엘비, 영비, and then Takua and Jangyu.
Solid 8.
Yep. And immediately when they start, I think it was also swings. Again, he mentions half of you are going home, basically.
It's crazy.
Yeah. So
I mean, I saw in the beginning there were clips of Youngbi, super chill, super confident. He can win with his eyes closed.
Yeah.
That's what he said. Even Verbal Gent was like, we're going to win 4-0.
Yeah.
We're going to kill it. So confident.
yeah, everybody's all pumped up and excited to compete, it seems like, and perform the songs they prepared, performance they prepared. So it's a one-on-one tournament situation. And we went through all the people that are going against each other last week. So the audience get to vote during the performance for the first time, and then they can vote again for the second time after the performance
It's over.
So
wait, before we go into the rest of the episode, again, we have to...
Oh my God.
We always have to do this every episode. There should be a Milik corner because
we should collage every
outfit.
Post it. Yeah.
We should do that on Instagram.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna do that after we record our podcast. Are you gonna remember?
That's an epic idea. Yeah.
Let's do that because, I mean, we have a hate and love relationship with Milik at this point.
We like him more.
We
probably.
do like him more.
I mean, we talk about him so much.
I mean, that's why we hate on him so much.
Yeah.
Because we secretly do love him.
Yeah, and he gives us he brings the attention.
He brings the attention. He gives us the drama we want.
Yeah.
I mean,
spill the tea, Milik.
He stands out like a sore thumb among a sea of black. I mean, I thought BY looked really cool this week. He actually looked really handsome, very pretty, all in black with his hair slicked back, and then the camera goes to Milik, and I noticed, I think they purposefully didn't aim the camera too much on Milik.
Yeah.
Because his outfit was so uncomfortable to look at.
It was
He had a short bob hair, but
with
it
like
was
tiny bangs.
yeah, it was pulled back behind his ears and then flipped like a little wave.
It was like
on the
gelled
bottom.
down, like the whole hair.
Like a little like cute girl cartoon haircut with little like a
very curly
small
bang.
wispy bang. And then he had clear thin framed glasses with like a necklace and a colorful motif on his top.
Yeah.
It was very cute grandma style.
But we were shocked when we first saw it. I got used to it every time I saw it, but
Yeah.
it's like, wow.
He barely spoke this episode.
Yeah, he.
Did you notice that?
I feel like he wasn't
didn't talk
like
at all.
super into it this time.
He wasn't.
I don't think so.
Either.
Like I didn't see like the pumped up Milik attitude. He was just like quiet, very non-expressive.
Yeah.
Most of the time he is.
He seemed kind of dead this week. I don't know why. So anyways,
yeah. I mean, we always have to talk about Milik's fashion every
Milik,
week.
and then also on the 40 Crew side, our favorite is clearly Swings. And he's the only producer who acts so serious.
Yeah.
Like so Yoshimi, hardworking. You know, with like his acting and his emotion, his reaction, and making the other producers just laugh awkwardly around him because they're embarrassed.
Yeah.
It was so funny. So I guess we can
start
with the first one.
round. Okay, the first round was Bryn versus Seo Dong-yeon. Bryn and Seo Dong-yeon, what did you think of this pair? Like when they got paired up?
Honestly, I had no guess at who was gonna perform better because I saw them both pretty equally.
I remember
getting a little not as it was getting repetitive the way their style and their performances, so I really had no idea going in.
Yeah, I mean, last week we talked about how they are the slide by group, how they're getting like this, like
The
they
wild
got
card?
very lucky.
Yeah,
like
for
the wild
sure.
card. And yeah, me too. I was like less interested in this pair. So I was like, I didn't really care who wins in this round. But I was still looking forward to it because Seo Dong-yeon had a lot of camera time during the show.
Yeah, and
whole,
Giddy
like, the
Boy,
entire show.
Giddy Boy is the one who's gonna produce Seo Dong-hyun's song.
Yeah.
And he had a lot of it seemed like he had a lot of fun ideas coming up with the theme and the concept for this, because he is very much fascinated by Seo Dong-hyun's personality and character. Whereas Kid Millie, we see that he's producing a song for Bryn. However, she's not as convinced as Seo Dong-hyun is with Giddy Boy songs.
Yeah.
He had to make 50 songs before she finally accepted one.
I don't think he made all 50. Like, he had these tracks.
And she was like,
Like, she was
to all of them.
rejecting, oh, I don't like this one, I don't like this one, I don't like this. So he kept sending, and he ended up sending like 50 songs. But then she didn't even like that one. So he was like, okay, I'm just going to make a new one.
Damn. From scratch.
Yeah, from scratch. And he did.
Wow. And he made... So I remember... I'm thinking about the song now again. I'm really surprised that he came up with this song.
Yeah.
But I guess... I'm sure she had a lot of say in it too, which makes a lot of sense. So that's interesting.
But I think she was being really picky because she said she didn't want to do something similar. She wanted to show everybody something very different.
Ooh, and she did.
And she did, yes.
She did.
Yeah.
So I mean, between these two, I personally like Bryn more, just based on what we've seen from her. I'm getting a little less attracted to Seo Dong-hyun the more we see him. And I feel like it's because he puts up this like persona that doesn't really feel authentic to
Yeah.
him, because you see him like studying as a student, as a normal high school kid, and then you see him on Show Me the Money.
Yeah. It's
And
very...
it's very polar.
Yeah.
It's just really... Sorry, my chair. It was really opposite. So...
And Boy Cold also mentions before Bryn's performance, he talks about how this might be the most experimental song out of the Show Me the Money. I mean, that's what he said.
It definitely was.
Yeah. And
I mean, during the rehearsal, So Dong-hyun, when he saw her rehearse, his comments were, I remember he said something like, the overall performance felt very like pretty and flashy on the surface. It seemed like he was what's the word? Implying. It seemed like he was implying that she focused too much on making it like extravagant and have clout versus actually making a rich song,
more meaningful
Yeah.
to her and like more relatable.
which I don't know if I necessarily agree with that.
Yeah.
After hearing her performance, I did feel like she put in a lot of effort to make it different and unique and not just make it about like a clout and a hooky song. I mean, a catchy song. So I don't know if I agree with that. And then Bryn was saying when she saw Seo Dong-hyun's performance that it felt very predictable.
Yeah, like the same thing. I mean, it was pretty much predictable.
You thought it was?
Like what Seo Dong-hyun did? I wouldn't say predictable, but expected, yeah. It's an expected performance. I don't know if Bryn's was. I don't think we expected that from her. But yeah. Are we gonna actually talk about the performance? Or
Oh yeah. Let's
get
go
into
into
it?
Bryn's
Yeah.
song first.
So her song name is Cupid, and she starts off with this like very upbeat, like whimsical kind of
Yeah, that's a
beat.
good word to
Yeah.
describe it. Whimsical.
Right? Very mysterious.
Honestly, when the song first started going on, I thought it was like K-pop song.
Yeah, almost like a house beat kind of.
Yeah,
to
it was just
it.
really pop-like.
It was very different,
And
like
she
something
was-
that you've never seen on Show Me the Money, which is kind
Never.
of true. What
Never.
Boy Cold said.
She had a very high angelic voice too, which
Mm-hmm.
she hadn't sung that high before in the past, I think.
Yeah. I don't know. Personally, it wasn't my favorite. Like I've had better Bryn experience. Like
It took a while for her to show her rap.
like
too,
compared
in the
to
song.
what she's been like telling us, like preparing. She's like, "Oh, I'm trying this like new thing." It kind of make you have this high expectation from her, but then it was kind of like it could have been more, I feel like.
Yeah, I agree. There was definitely something that was lacking in it. I can't put my finger on what
Yeah.
it was that I was like, why I didn't completely fall for it. It seemed like everyone else in the audience were like shocked.
Yeah.
They were,
I
like,
think
staring
half
at
of them
her and
were
all.
like confused and half of them were like, "Oh, like this
Like,
is nice."
whoa.
Like, "Oh, okay."
Really cool. And I mean, I can tell she's still really confident. It's overflowing in the way she expresses and moves. But maybe it's because she's still young. And I feel like this feels like she's putting on a costume, putting on a persona. It doesn't really feel like her. Maybe that's
too.
why.
Maybe.
I feel like I'm watching a young girl putting on a costume, playing dress up. And I mean, she's doing it really well. It just doesn't feel like it's as like fleshed out.
I also think like for a small artist like her, there's not many opportunity where you get to be on a stage big as Show Me the Money and you have all the freedom to do whatever you want. I feel like that's where she focused more. Like presenting to the world how 멋있어, like cool she can be. But it's still a competition.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it wasn't really like appropriate almost, maybe.
Yeah. It's yeah, you're right. She forgot that we're still in a competition,
Yeah.
and she's just showing who she is, maybe, or she's using this as a platform to show off a new side of her.
Because this chance doesn't come very often.
I mean, I think I would have done the same as her.
If you think if you think you don't have the chance to win this, like, might as well
Use this opportunity to its fullest. Yeah.
I mean, it's another theory that I'm thinking about.
So at the end, I mean, even she seemed really disappointed.
Yeah, she said
the performance.
she could have done better. Oh, also there was a featuring.
Oh right, I
Park
forgot to
Jimin
mention that.
from K-pop Star, the
I was
winner of K-pop Star.
So shocked.
Yeah,
So because she's been
gone for a
hiatus
while.
and
Yeah,
I don't even know if did she even debut proper?
yeah, she did with 15 and with that other girl. I forgot her name.
Right, but that
didn't
never
do that well.
Yeah. So she's been on hiatus for a while, and then she recently left JYP. So I was really happy to see her.
She was so good.
I kind of want her to come.
Yeah,
show me the
I was
money
like, she
and
could
audition.
rap, like she could sing.
She was like shaking her, shaking her body and like moving to the groove.
I said, okay, pro's different. Like if you compare it to
for
somebody
sure.
like Bryn next to her.
That was probably the highlight.
I
Seeing
like
her
loved
come
seeing
on
her.
stage.
Yeah, nice featuring Bryn. Yay!
Good choice. So I mean, we gotta go into
서동현's
performance. The song is called 문제,
Mm-hmm.
and again, as usual, I'm seeing a huge pattern in this. But the intro, everyone starts out singing rap, except for Takwa. That's what I noticed.
Oh,
As we go through this, I'll confirm it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I feel like maybe one or two people would start out with an actual rap, and then
and
then the rest were all singing in the beginning.
Yeah, so we see Kitty Boy come up with like a theme for the song. He talks about how about like you're a student. So 문제, the title. 문제 means like a problem. Like it can mean like a actual test problem too. So he's like, because you're a student, your life is like solving a problem after problem, because it's all about like tests and like getting into college. And he's like, why don't you take that story and like kind of write a lyrics about like how it's like what your struggles as a student. Like
I think that was a good idea.
Brilliant idea. Like like you said, his real his student side and his rapper side, it's very different.
Separate.
But this just makes it very relatable, and it suits him so well. It sounds like he's telling his story, like his true story, almost. I think. Yeah.
No, I
love
totally
the concept.
agree.
Yeah.
I felt like Giddy Boy was trying to get him to reach deeper and show more of who he is.
Yeah.
So I thought that was very strategic on him. And I get very like G-Dragon vibes from him in the beginning of the song. I don't know why.
Yeah, it was a really good song.
I think because he sings very high and like, I don't know, there's something very pop-like too about the way he sings.
He's very
so it just
pop-like
reminds
too.
me of that. But again, he's wearing a clean uniform, performing on stage.
He's probably wearing his own uniform, right? Yeah.
And after singing the first few verses, he goes around to the center of the stage and starts to rap.
Yeah.
And it seems like the crowd is really into it because they're waving their arms in the air. They're like bouncing their head.
I like the playful lyrics. He talks about how like, oh, mom and dad, I'm sorry. Like, I don't want to like solve problems anymore. I like rapping.
He seemed more likable this time.
Yeah.
It
I
was.
think
It felt
it's-
more youthful.
Yeah.
This performance.
This is what he needs to do, because this is the only theme that he can do when he's young. Like, this is the only time you can do it.
And then Cookie comes
Oh,
out as the
yeah.
feature, and he was in Show Me the Money 7, I think 7 or 6. I can't remember. It was one of those seasons.
Yeah.
And he was really popular too, but he also got eliminated after the first live stage, and that was really awkward. So he was really popular among the girls because he was like a little cutie.
Yeah. He did a good job.
Yeah,
When he came out, like, he killed it.
I thought he did better.
I mean, they're all gonna do better on the featurings most of the time. They're gonna do better.
So one of our friends, he was also watching it behind us, and he doesn't really know Show Me the Money that well.
Yeah.
But when Cookie started rapping, he goes up to us and he's like, "Oh, hey,
This guy's good."
He's pretty good."
Yeah.
And we're like,
He's
he's a feature. He's not one of the competitors.
He's a professional.
He's not a rookie.
Yeah, our friend's like, oh,
Such
that's
a-
why.
Such a noob. He's such a Show Me the Money noob. So clearly Giddy Boy is super confident that they're gonna win.
Yeah.
And even Mad Clown, who
All the
again,
like 40
we have
crew
to
people.
remind Mad Clown, you're on 40 crew. He continues to compliment Seo Dong-hyun as if like Brin's not on his team.
Yeah. And also, like, Swings was like, I mean, Swings didn't compliment him. He just made a comment that, like, Seo Dong-hyun he naturally has a nice voice. Like, I mean, yeah, that's a comment you can make. Like,
Yeah.
it's not, like, really a compliment. But, like, Mad Clown was like, how can you perform like this on stage when he's this young? Like,
He was praising him.
dude, pipe down.
Yeah, you're like, "Shh, calm down, settle down.
Remember, you're on Brent's side.
Even the other rappers, they were saying how they were describing Brin's performance as 귀여워, like cute, whereas Seo Dong-hyun, they were all describing him as 멋있어, which is cool. I mean, if I was a rapper competing on the show, would I rather hear that my performance was cool or cute? Probably cool. So I was a little disappointed by those comments, and it was kind of clear to me that maybe that's how the audience members felt, and of course they would vote for a cooler performance because that has a longer lasting effect on you.
Yeah.
And who wins? Turns out I was right with my guess.
So
I mean, well, my guess after I watched them perform, but I was clearly wrong with my
Yeah.
top 4 because Brin lost.
yeah. So the first round of votes, which is during the performance, Seo Dong-hyun wins. But then the second round, they add it up, right? Do they pile up the votes, or is it
Yeah.
two separate votes? It piles up, right?
It piles up.
Okay.
So the score that they showed us was it piled up.
Yeah. So Seo Dong-hyun won by a lot. Like more than half.
Yeah.
I mean, more than double.
I mean, we were both expecting it.
Yeah,
So we weren't too disappointed. So Brin gets eliminated. She goes home. And which means Seo Dong-hyun makes it to the next round.
To the semifinals.
So Pink, you were right.
Woo!
Already. You
First
got
one
you got
down.
one. Okay. The next two that go against each other. This was one of my favorite songs. I mean, not both of them. One of them was my favorite song. I'm sorry.
Savage Slime is back.
Savage Slime. Sorry. Okay. So we see because they're all on the same team, which is kind of awkward, but Verbal Gent has to produce a song for both of them. But they're versing each other and they're on the same team. So you see Youngbi, Choi-LV, Verbal Gent all wearing black beanies, huddled in a circle together, bopping their heads to beats.
Yeah. preparing for the songs.
And it's summertime, probably.
Yeah. At
Or
first, I
spring,
only noticed Chelby's beanie, and I was like, "Oh, 답답해! Like, take it off!" Like, he always wears a beanie,
And the camera zooms
and then,
out.
yeah, it's like all three
Three
of them are
beanies.
wearing it. I'm like, "Oh my god, take it off!"
That was so funny. We see Chelby getting recruiting some high school sumbes
Yeah.
who are your one and only Rhythm Power. He's real. You know what? I give him respect. Kudos.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to get more camera time. He's
Yeah.
being smart about it.
Mm-hmm.
Use your connections.
Yeah.
You gotta. That's how you're gonna use the power of Show Me the Money, right?
Mhm.
To boost your career, you gotta do it.
Mm-hmm.
So good for you, Trelby.
Yeah, he also mentions how him and PY used to rap together in high school because they
Oh my
also went
God.
to the same high school.
Right.
That also brought like attention.
And BY is a producer,
Uh-huh.
one of his producers on the
Yeah.
crew that he's on. How imagine being Trelby, like having that connection with BY, like, oh, I'm so glad to be on a team where, you know, one of my friends has got my back. Like, I'm good. We've known each other since high school. I've supported him. And then out of nowhere, he pairs me up with Young B.
It's kind of
Young
like,
B, who has
okay.
eaten, like, chewed up every single rapper
Yeah.
he's gone against.
Mm-hmm.
So I just can't imagine how betrayed Trelby
Yeah.
must feel. Like, he has to know.
Mm-hmm.
Like, come on, why
like,
would you pair
how
up
could
me
you?
with Young B?
Yeah.
Why not Seo
That's
Dong-hyun?
just telling me to get eliminated.
Maybe
right.
Seo Dong-hyun? Like, why not
Yeah.
him? I mean, just saying, because he's a new face. Young B is not a new face, and everyone knows how popular he is. That's just not fair. It's not fair, man.
It's not cool, BY. Not cool to
You're-
your high
that's
school
not
friend.
cool, man.
To your homie.
We're Matt Bijo. I would be so bitter. So
I noticed, like, even before we go into the performances, we hear bits and pieces of their beats, and already, like, compared to Youngbi's beat, Cherby's is much slower and much down tempo, and he also was worried about that. That's what he asked to Boybi and Jiguin, right?
Mm-hmm.
He was like, "Oh, I'm like worried because the beat is slow. It doesn't have like a big impact." And I was like, "Wow, it's kind of." I mean, he also probably didn't have a lot of choice with the beats, but to go against Youngbi with like a very slow beat, I don't know. I kind of got scared for him.
I don't blame you.
Yeah.
Let's go into his
Let's
song.
go into his
So
performance.
his song is called Pigawa, which is
means-
already a really sad sounding
Yeah.
song.
Like it's raining.
And Pink, you know how I feel about performing emotional sad songs on live stages at Show Me the Money, especially this early on. I don't have positive thoughts about that. So we start the stage. It's really dark, okay? And there's this one spotlight shined down right on Trelvi, and he's sitting alone on a chair. And it's really moody. It's super emotional and dramatic. There's like white smoke coming beneath him. Like, it's all set up for him to look really cool. He messes up his lyrics.
Yeah. I mean, I think it was like the second line or something. He kind of stumbles, but you can barely notice it. But I was like, ooh, I noticed it.
I
I
think
was like,
everyone noticed
it's
it.
like, no, not when he makes a mistake.
Oh.
Right before that, he kind of misses a beat, like slightly. And I was like, oh, is he nervous? And then he makes a mistake. And the funniest thing is the lyrics when he messes up was "Cherby 멍청이," which means "Cherby stupid," and then he messes up right away, and I was like, "That's kind of funny."
Ooh, that's...
and then he kept rapping about like the mistakes he's made in the past and stuff like that.
That was so
and I was
ironic.
like, okay,
Really ironic.
yeah, it was very ironic.
And it was very obvious when he made that second mistake, because you could see people in the crowd like they look a little worried, and then especially the rappers and the producers looked so upset, like not upset in him, but they felt so bad, like, oh, he must have worked so hard, like they felt, you know, really prusang해 about it.
Also, Kid Millie points out that, like, after listening to this beat for a while, like, Kid Millie's like, this is such a Verbal Jin song. You know, I like totally agreed. It
You're
is.
right.
It is very Verbal Jin song.
But I don't know why. To me, it just maybe time and place was bad.
Yeah.
Because you look at the crowd, the audience members, and they look really serious. They're barely bobbing their head. They're just staring at him.
Yeah.
And I mean, thank God he had an amazing feature.
Oh my God. It was the best feature, I think.
Suran, she has the most beautiful singing voice.
She's an amazing vocalist. Like
she like brought that song to life.
Yeah, it made it more like fruitful almost.
Yeah, no, she definitely livened it up.
It gave it energy and light to it almost.
Definitely. She was like a vitamin C to that song. Whereas, you know what I felt? His rap style and his voice is already really low and heavy. And it could sometimes seem like it's not upbeat and fun like Sodonghyun. It's much more serious. Which is, it has pros and cons, right? But when you're pairing that with a song that's equally as heavy and down, then you're just getting a heavy down song.
And it sounds like repetitive and like...
So it clashed with Suran a bit. It was too opposite of each other, and I don't know. I just think I wish they had given him a different beat.
He should have like more of an upbeat song.
Oh, man.
Yeah, so I mean, it was a good performance overall, I think. But definitely
a lot of the producers
played a big part of it.
They didn't all have positive comments. They were all a little disappointed.
Yeah, most of them. He also made a mistake. So that was very disappointing to the producers.
So, I mean, although Cholvi, during his rehearsal, he was fine. And then his live stage, unfortunately, he made a mistake. Youngbi was the opposite, where during his rehearsals, he brought up so much concern to the producers. He made a lot of... It's not that he made mistakes, but he just wasn't himself during rehearsal, right? They were concerned about his lyrics.
Yeah. So he was trying to send a message about himself in the past and himself right now and how different it is. And he also said in the past he was really scared to look at audience in the eye, like when he's performing, because it was a lot of pressure. He was thinking about all the hate comments that he got. Like, he worried about, oh, there's people that hate me out there. Like, he was too scared almost. But this time he was like determined to be engaging with the audience and like communicating with them, looking at them more and like rapping for them. So he had a lot of message that he wanted to send out, and it's just one song. So he was having a hard time putting words in the right way to send the right message. And Verbal Jint saw him struggle. And I think Youngbi briefly talks about like what it means to him, this song. He talks about how his innocence is sold out, and he's like, it doesn't mean that it's sold out because it's not here. Like, I don't have innocence. It's just that I only have the one I have left, like his childhood innocence, and I'm not giving that away. That's mine. Like, the true Youngbi, you guys can't have the true Youngbi. So he's like, this is what I want. What do you guys want? Like, I think that's what he was like trying to say overall in the song. But yeah, he was struggling in the beginning what to say. And I think Verbal Jint also talked about how philosophical he was getting. So Verbal Jint was worried that the audience will get the wrong message. Yeah,
I felt like overall this song, it was almost like like an anthem of
Yeah.
like growing up and or like what it's like to grow up in the spotlight.
Yeah.
You know, he started out on Mnet as a high schooler, on High School Rapper.
Yeah, he mentioned that he was 21. That's Korean age, so he's probably 20 American age. He's so young.
Yeah, he was on TV at a way younger than that then, right?
He was like probably 16.
Yeah, so he
17.
and imagine coming out as a rapper at that age. Obviously you're not gonna be the same rapper as you were that age, like 4 years
Of
later.
course, yeah.
Especially if you're that young, like you're gonna continue growing and changing and trying to figure out your identity as a rapper. So I felt like this song was him like putting his foot down and being like, this is who I am now.
Like,
what you saw me in the past, that's
stop judging me.
That's the past. I'm changed. I'm growing. I might change again. It was very aggressive and like in your face, which I liked a lot. I mean
that's his style too, like being in your face.
I can't believe this.
I'm the type of person that really didn't like Youngbi, like because of his past and attitude that he had. And this season really changed that for me. Like, I'm starting to really like him a lot because I can see that he's grown and matured.
Yeah, it's almost like he has more confidence in himself and who he is as a rapper. Maybe that's what it is. So
I mean, his skills definitely upgraded too.
Oh, and I'm surprised that this was. Can you believe that this is a Verbal Jint song?
I know.
The 12V song totally
very
sees
Verbal
that
Jint, yeah.
as Verbal Jint. This song,
It was very.
it was almost like
so
a BY
good.
song.
Yeah.
It was very
When
techno, like just different.
Youngbi, when he first heard it, he was like smiling so happily, and he was commenting how, like, oh, like Verbal Jint Hyung overdid it for me. Like he didn't have to do like
Wow.
this much preparation for me. He was
Well,
like,
did he prepare
I'm
more
like-
for him than 12V?
I'm like, Youngbi, is this really you? Like, I love his attitude on this show this year. Yeah.
I wonder. I would like to think so. We could just say that.
Yeah.
We could just hope that.
Let's hope so. Hope for it. Yeah.
I also like how he okay, compared to Punchnello, right? Who's really good at, he's almost like a jumping jelly
Like a-
bean,
yeah,
like just
all over
going
the stage.
all over the
yeah.
stage. He like kicks and jumps and dances really well.
Yeah.
Youngbi, I think, is the opposite. He's not that crazy, like movement wise. Like he doesn't
Yeah.
make big, large expressions, but
I think that's why people were giving him hate comments that you don't even you don't even look at the audience. Like I'm like looking at the clip on mute right now. I keep seeing him like lowering his hat, like Youngbi.
yeah,
I
he
feel like
must
that's
feel a
like
little
a habit,
awkward.
probably.
yeah, he's like very like his arms are very tense to his body, and like I found it quite charming and like relatable when he would try to like smile to
Yeah.
the camera. It looked a little awkward, but I thought it was kind of like it was relatable. So if anything, it made me like him more
Yeah.
on stage.
I would like to see him more
But there's
like
fire
fragile.
behind his
I
eyes,
would like
though.
to see Youngbi more fragile and more soft, like Punchnello. But he tries to stay very cool and like
Yeah.
cold image. So
You can tell those types of people are the
Yeah.
most sensitive. Like you see it in his eyes.
yeah,
But I like the hook.
yeah, I love the hook.
I don't remember the rest of the lyrics, but it was just
yeah.
sold out. Sold out. So so one comment I wanted to make though, because at the end Youngbi, when he was done with his performance,
Oh yeah,
he was like shaking,
He was, like,
shivering, and he was sweating. He was.
I think it
he
was, like,
looked
nervous
so
sweat.
pale and
Yeah.
sweating.
He talks about how at the end, because he was so nervous the entire time, he like at the end he was like so he felt cold. Like that's why he was like shivering.
Dang.
I feel like it has to do with like anxiety. Like he probably has some kind of anxiety, like looking at the audience, like engaging with them and actually like performing with them. And it made him like uncomfortable, maybe.
Yeah.
But like throughout his performance, the producers were saying how, oh my God, he's not even nervous. And it's funny that Youngbi was like, I was nervous the whole time and I ended up shivering at the end. I was like, wow, you can disguise that well. Like,
Well, I heard that sometimes there are actually a lot of performers, like musicians and comedians and actors. There are a group of people where the common trait is that they have social anxiety and they do actually get nervous a lot.
I heard there are some professional singers who have like who still has stage fright.
That's crazy.
It's crazy.
How do they must just be really resilient or brave
Yeah.
to do that.
I feel
He looked white,
I
like a
wonder if it's
ghost.
also like adrenaline, like while you're
that too,
performing,
for sure.
that keeps them going probably.
Man, it was clearly worth it because Youngbi won. He won the first round.
Oh my God,
and
wait.
he
We
won
didn't
the
even
end.
mention, because Youngbi was so good, we didn't even mention his featuring.
You're right. I
Pin
totally
Chen
forgot.
comes out from High School Rapper. He's the one who went against Kim Haon, right? On the second one.
I believe so.
Yeah. They did a song together. I remember. He definitely upgraded. He looks really natural on stage now, I think. I used to see him like very uncomfortable on stage, like don't know what to do kind of. But now he looks good.
So Youngbi, he won. And yeah, honestly, he's probably his performance along with a few others. I didn't even remember the feature because they did so well.
Yeah.
Charlie, unfortunately, his feature shined out much more. So I get why he lost this round, and I feel bad, but
And he made a mistake too.
he can only blame BY. Young Wendy BY.
Forever BY.
Blame forever BY.
It's so funny that he refers Youngbi to that. Youngbi BY.
Oh God, he wishes. He wishes.
You should see Youngbi's face when PY says that to him. He's like, kind of like embarrassed.
Chue LV, Young Wendy goodbye.
She's sometimes really savage. Like you don't expect that from her, but she just slams people. But yeah. Swings makes a very funny prediction at the end because Swings and Mad Clown, they're both 40 crew, and these two, Youngbi and Cheolbi, they were both BGMV crew, so they weren't really taking it seriously. They were just enjoying the show probably. So Swings was throwing out like, oh, maybe like 65% chance of Youngbi winning and 35% chance for Cheolbi. And then Mad Clown completely like shut Swings down, and he's like, no, 8 against 2. Like out of nowhere. So savage.
Damn.
And Swings is like, wow. Like even Swings.
So funny. So I'm like really avoiding going on the next topic, but we have to talk about it.
I mean, these two are my favorite. It's Punchnello and EK.
Yeah.
Yeah, those two are my personal favorite. And I was really sad when I found out last week that they were going against each other.
I I'm like really reluctant to talk about this right now. I'm like forcing myself. So Punchinello, he's worried from the as soon as he finds out that he is going against EK.
He's like, who wants to go against EK? Like, I don't want to go against him.
He already thinks that there's a possibility he'll go home.
Yeah.
And he probably feels really betrayed by the producers. Like, why did you put me up against the hardest or the toughest competitor?
I know the MC last week asked Punchinello, like, oh, did you have a say in this? And he was like, no. I had zero say in this. And
gosh.
EK like cracked up when he heard Punchinello's reaction to that question.
So BY is the one who's going to produce the song. And Boy Cult is making EK song. When BY plays Punchinello's beat,
like
it's
even
so good.
without the lyrics, we're like, oh my god, this is gonna be amazing. The beat was sick.
I mean, now that I think about it, the corny stuff that BY was saying to Punchinello during this portion, we were all laughing. I mean, even Punchinello was laughing at BY's face, but BY was being really serious and saying, don't worry about winning, just worry about making good music, and you'll win. Right? Something like that. Like, focus on making good music.
He said, winning will surrender in front of good music.
And Punchinello was laughing in his face.
It was such a fruity, like mentor, like BY being a mentor, giving him a message.
I mean, the song had a really low bass. It was very trap-like, which suits Punchinello's rapping style and voice so well. I was actually worried for EK when I heard that beat. I was like,
we were both very worried.
BY's really setting up Punchinello to have a killer performance.
Yep.
And we see that there's a feature, but they don't say who. They just say it's a Show Me the Money winner. And I made a guess, and I won't say who it is yet.
Yeah.
But I was
she got it right. The Show Me the Money. The Show Me the Money mania. Got it right. So it was like his performance from the beginning. So much charisma. So much energy.
Tell me your overall, like your initial feedback.
It was almost like his concert, like with the drums in the back performing. It was kind of like a rock concert almost, but he was like rapping to it. I remember, very, very interesting.
I remember hearing electric guitar sound in the very beginning. It was almost like a rock and roll music.
And with all the flame effect. Yeah.
Oh, the song was called Magma, which matches
the flames,
the rock and roll aspect of it.
Yeah,
it reminded me of a 2000 like J-pop rock song.
Yeah,
like that kind of style. Like
X Japan.
Yeah, or the one from SM.
Oh,
that we
tracks.
Like that.
Because that kind of vibe.
Because they rapped in their songs too.
Yeah.
What were you going to say?
Everyone looked very pumped up, all the audience.
Of course.
And Punchinello's just so better on stage. Like, I feel like he gains energy from the audience.
Yeah.
He probably goes through a lot of adrenaline rush. So if he doesn't choke, he'll do really well in a performance, I think.
And I really liked
his eyes change when the performance starts.
Yeah.
It looks like a totally different person. But still him.
I don't feel at all that he's pretending to be someone else. He just seems like, I mean, that's the thing. He doesn't put on any costume, or he doesn't act like one very specific style. He just comes off as someone who's trying really hard to show how good of a rapper he is.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, he did very well.
The song
we were
was
really
super
worried
catchy.
after.
The song was super catchy. We both liked the hook a lot.
Yeah.
Magma, 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 magma. Probably sounds so bad
Sorry, guys.
We're butchering it so badly. Oh wait, and then the feature comes out, and at first they blur his figure.
But
As soon as I
still
saw
Slime sees the silhouette. She's like, I'm right.
Hangju,
Got this right. Yes.
Hangju.
It was Hangju.
It was so obvious.
Yeah, he suits the song very well.
I mean, he did a really good job.
yeah,
I-
he's
I
also the type
forget-
of person who gets
Yeah,
who pumps up the audience.
I forget how good of a rapper he is.
yeah,
Like he's known for the like do this kind of rap style.
like shouting, like tight rap,
shouting, tight
right?
rap. He he had such a cool, confident attitude with like the super serious
with the leather
look,
jacket on,
with his hair slicked back. Like I'm so mushy right now. So he looked. Oh, and he was wearing that leather jacket with a ton of fringe on it, like a like a rock and roll star with a
the
bandana.
So funny. I mean, it was it was a very good
It was so
filled
good.
with energy
Yeah.
performance. It was probably like hot after their performance.
This
because
was
everybody was jumping
so much. Yeah,
sweating.
this was the
Yeah.
best song. I think this was the
Yeah.
catchiest song out of the whole night.
Mm-hmm.
And oh my god, at the end it was so cute when you were pointing out that Hangju he
Yeah.
hugged Punchnello.
I didn't realize how small Punchnello was. He was like kind of like a little kid, like getting
Hug from
hugged by
Hangju.
Hangju,
It was so cute.
even though they were hugging each other.
Yeah, he was like a baby.
Yeah.
With his, like,
it
shaved
wasn't-
head.
It didn't look like a bromance type of hug.
Because he has a buzz cut
See-
too, so he has
See,
like
this
a
is
baby
what I
face.
love about Punchnello. I'm saying this again, but like he's so different from the
You're
stage.
Team Punchnello now.
Yeah. No.
Okay, I'm sorry. So
Okay.
after Swings also, even he was saying like, oh, EK has to really bring it now.
Mhm, he has to really do well.
And
So EK makes a really funny comment, like when he's preparing for this performance. He's like, oh, Punchnello's good at rapping. But he's like, but I don't cry because I made a mistake on stage on a competition. Like he made fun of him.
ouchie.
Ouchie.
Okay.
EK goes into talking about how last Show Me the Money performance made him remind himself that he's born to do this. Like he loves performing. And he also goes into like how last year he focused on showing people how good at rap he is because he wasn't that famous. He needed to be well known. And to be well known, you need to be good at rapping. Like you need to have solid skills. And that's what he focused on. But so that probably made him look out as a hardworking person. But now that he's more he's more relaxed, people think he's not trying his best.
Interesting.
I think this also had an effect on this round, like the votes, because who would not like Punchnello? He has this like soft image.
I guess so. I mean, I guess in Korea they have a different image than what we think.
Yeah.
I mean, well, during his rehearsal, it seemed like, I mean, even Punchnello, he was worried
People
after
were
watching
like, "Whoa, what's going on?"
like everyone
Yeah.
was so impressed by his by his rehearsal. Even Swings, his reaction was so funny. Oh, we should make a GIF out of this and also put it on Instagram or Twitter. But he pulls off his glasses immediately when he sees,
because he couldn't see clearly with his sunglasses on.
so
So
funny.
he's like, "I gotta watch this."
Yeah, his face was like, oh, like I have to focus.
This just proves that just Swing's lifestyle is full of like dramatic gestures.
He's naturally
that's
him.
what
It's
he
who
is.
he
That's
is.
who he is.
He's not putting up a front.
Yeah.
Those reactions are way too
Yeah.
natural to be thought out and fake. even Giddy Boy was saying how like along with the feature and everything, it was perfect. It was a perfect combination.
Yeah.
He's not even on EK's team, and we all know like Giddy Boy, BY, they're all EK fans. So EK's song is called Diablo.
Yeah.
And he starts out in the center of the stage with like a frame around him,
like a pillar,
like
and
like a framed pillar box, and there's a swirling smoke tornado spinning around him as like
it
the
looks
light
like
is
he's in
shown
the
on
middle
him.
of like a tiny
It's
tornado.
so cool.
So cool looking.
I've never seen anyone put that kind of effect on their stage as they're rapping. And you could just see all the girls like covering their faces, anticipating what's gonna happen. Like they're like, what's gonna happen next? And then the stage goes dark, and you hear him like whisper rap. He starts whispering rapping, and then the lights go on, and you see flashes of red and yellow color.
Also, he also had killer eyes too.
Yeah.
He also like shifted.
It matched
modes.
the song.
Yeah.
It had a very punk or hip hop.
I really
style.
liked this song too.
I kept forgetting to write notes because I was so immersed in the
we
whole
had to rewatch it
experience.
to take notes.
It was so good. Like he was showing off his rapping skills. The
He's
feature was really good. The feature's name was Justice.
He was definitely not holding back this time. EK gave it all. Like this was the EK I was waiting for.
Yeah.
I guess we were making the same comments about EK, even though we liked him. Like we
I
were
guess
saying how weak he was, but because of our personal preference, we kept him in our top four.
So. Like as number one.
Yeah, we were pretty biased. But I guess the public, like the people who aren't fans of EK, they can be more harsh on him.
I guess so. More critical, yeah.
Yeah, now that I think about it,
I mean, if I
it's
was
pretty understandable.
if I am being non-biased, Punchnello's song was a lot more catchier.
Yeah.
And just more innovative and unique and memorable. The whole like Diablo concept, I feel like it's been done a lot. Like Knopfler did that last time.
Okay.
So to me, it's not as surprising. I mean, I loved the stage effects. I just wasn't a big fan of the song. But I was still like immersed, and I'm an EK fan, so I still liked it a lot. But compared to Punchnello's performance, who I'm not a big fan of Punchnello, but I loved that song.
It was a great performance.
Yeah, he kind of won me over with that. But I was still thinking that EK would win.
We both were.
Yeah.
We're like, oh, EK's gonna win.
Yeah, I was like, of course he's gonna win. He has to win. We find out that Punchnello wins the first round, which
First
I
round
was
of votes,
so
yeah.
shocked.
We were shocked by that too, even. And Mnet, for other performances, they did not edit.
They trolled us. They trolled us hard.
The first round of votes, like results for a first round of votes, they didn't edit it dramatically as if it was the final score.
Yeah, they would only show the final score. They wouldn't even show.
They would
the
just
first
quickly
score.
show who won for the first round and then move on. But for some reason, for EK and Punchnello, they made it like dramatic.
They dragged
like
it
they
out.
slowed it down and stuff.
Yeah.
So we thought it was the final result.
Yeah.
And freaked out the first time, and then when we realized the second, like the actual result was coming after, we were shocked the second time. They did us dirty this time again.
They did. Like when they first showed it, the first score, I initially thought like, oh, okay, it's just the first score. Like, oh, I thought EK lost for a second. Like, we're good. Like, he's gonna win the second part. It's fine. And then they showed the second part, and
we were speechless. So even the friend we mentioned earlier who doesn't know Show Me the Money well, and when we told him EK lost, he was shocked. Like,
and the score, it's considerably
so far apart.
Like, so, yeah, exactly. which to me makes
more
no
than
sense.
double. Yeah.
That makes no sense to me.
I don't know what it is. It shouldn't be this much of a difference.
Yeah.
This is crazy.
I mean, okay, so when they showed the score, immediately I see BY's face.
Yeah.
He's like, like his eyes bulge out, his
Yeah.
mouth is wide open, and he looks
'Cause
to the other producers
we
like,
know
can you believe this?
BY, he's a huge EK fangirl.
And then Boy Cold also, he was so shocked, like looking side to side, like
Yeah.
looking
that
if
they
anyone
lost.
else can believe that this happened. It was so clear that no one was expecting this, especially by that much. They were also shocked by how different it was.
Slime was very discouraged to record this,
I am.
episode.
You guys,
still
I
very
really am like
discouraged.
pulling myself up to do this. My top 4 is totally
It's ripped apart.
it's a hot mess right now. I mean, Pink fell to the floor.
Yeah, I fell to the
She
floor.
physically collapsed.
I like couldn't handle it almost.
And then EK's face.
I know.
He looked really shocked.
But I mean, at the end, I don't know if he was acting, but he was relieved that it was over. Like the whole competition was over for him.
I'm begging for a redemption round. You guys, let's beg Mnet for a redemption round.
You know how much controversy that's gonna cause.
I know.
The first thing Slime said when EK got eliminated, she's like, "I think this is rigged."
I don't believe it.
She was being so rational. She's like, "I think it's rigged."
We need redemption for EK and Debo.
We need another moment of silence. Oh.
I mean, we haven't even gotten to the
Last one. The last one's also like not something that we want to talk about.
Take a deep breath. Okay, so
Okay, let's go to the next one.
All right, the next one is Takua and Jangyu.
Our last
And
performance.
I just want to make another point here that Takua has completely changed his look. And oh my god, we should also let's mark this down. Okay, remember this? On Instagram.
Jangyu's.
Yeah, no, on Instagram. Oh, Jangyu's fashion looks for one post, and then another post should be Takua's evolution.
Oh yeah,
His identity
'Cause
evolution. And
it
Donovan.
shows you in the show this week's episode. They show like briefly
past.
what Takwa went through the show, and we see his fashion change.
So
I'm like,
different. What happened?
did you have those like
Pigtails?
pigtails
Hair
and like
clips?
pink hair just for attention?
Like Hello Kitty, Sanrio, Dragon Ball Z. He had all of
He-
these different accessories.
He looked like a Japanese anime otaku.
streetwear.
Yeah.
Like street style. But now he
But-
has bright blue hair,
And like flashy, like sparkling
sequin jacket. But that was only in the performance. In the normal, like practice times, he's wearing like
right.
a basic t-shirt,
Like a-
denim.
Yeah.
That's it. He's super casual now.
I don't know.
I
mean, but he's a huge new face, so
Yeah, I wonder because I've been seeing a lot of comments recently on Twitter how like good looking he is. Yeah, he has a lot of fans. He has a lot of
Good
fans
looking? Okay.
about how cute he is.
we think EK's much is so.
Yeah, so I wouldn't be surprised if maybe he started changing up his look to
to
appeal more to that. Who knows?
Yeah.
So Milik produced Jangyu song and Takua's song was produced by Boy Cold.
Even when we see Milik showing Jangyu like his music and stuff, he seems very down. Like compared to like Pem, like how pumped up he was to show his music. But I don't know, like as a producer, shouldn't you be more engaged now than before? Because now it's getting competitive. But yeah, overall,
I think he is engaged. My issue with Jonghyun, I mean, we haven't really gotten to his whole performance yet, but if I remember him from the first episode till now, he's become more celebrity-like.
Yes, yeah.
To me.
We've seen that energy since like the crew on crew battle, right?
Yeah. Like before that, he didn't.
Mm-hmm.
He came off very humble, and even his outfit, he just seemed more down to earth. And then now I mean, I still think he is, but definitely he just has an aura about him. So I don't know if that's a bad thing or a good thing.
The way he like walks, like his presence almost has that kind of vibe.
I mean, his song was the first one. His song was called 난 혼자.
It's just 혼자.
Oh, it was just 혼자. 혼자, produced by Milik, and he starts out singing in a really husky voice. Again, it's rock style.
Yeah.
And the girls are really into it. They're like fangirling over him. It's almost like a ballad.
It is like rock ballad.
Yeah. Like old school,
like
right?
90s
like
rock
Korean
ballad.
rock ballad, yeah. And it's really dreamy in the beginning because he's like singing,
and he's
like,
very touching,
husky, with like hills of pastel colored like fields behind him with the stage. I feel like a lot of Ajumas would like this.
He had a very sentimental, touchy lyrics
concept
because he was
right,
singing about his
crying.
mom. Yeah, people were crying because he was singing about his mom, and in the past, in his other songs, like past albums, I guess he talked bad about his mom because he still had that anger as a young kid. But now that he's like more matured, that he refers to himself as a healthy Jangyu. And this is the true message that I want to get across to my mom. Like, I think that's what he was trying to rap. And like the hook is talking about how he's alone, like he thinks about his mom before he sleeps, like he's still waiting for her. Like that's what he's singing. So I understand that people are crying.
Yeah.
But I couldn't like focus into his performance too much because I couldn't get over the thought that this is a show me the money performance. It didn't really look like a show me the money.
I get what you're saying.
It looked like a Superstar K or like a K-pop star
exactly
performance.
how we felt from seeing the previews.
Yeah,
I totally agree. It was very out of character. I think you're right. That was because it was so different. I mean, it was so out of off-brand that it kept distracting me from really enjoying it or trying to judge it. It's hard for me to even compare it to Takwa's performance because it's so different. Like, how do I even judge who's better? And how am I going to judge? Well, this is Show Me the Money hip-hop song. I mean, a hip-hop competition. I'll try to judge it based on that. And so he's not really doing himself a favor. So I get why Swings he made a similar comment.
He made a similar comment.
So I agree.
Says, "Oh, Jangyu must be really confident. Like his choice of beat is very not like a competition, like hip hop competition type of music." And it just made them easier to potentially win this round. Like Takwa can potentially win. Jangyu.
I mean, he did show off his rapping in like other parts of the song, and my favorite part was when he was screaming rapping because it reminded me of do you remember that one screamo rapper that I like? It reminds me of him. It almost also reminded me of a happier version of Bosco, like that like super
he also
rock.
That's interesting. I remember when he did that. Wasn't there a controversy that this wasn't hip hop?
Yep.
Right?
Yeah. There was controversy back
I don't
then
think
too.
we see that here. Like
Well,
nobody's talking
I'm not
about.
sure yet.
Nobody's talking about how it's a
I
problem.
haven't done much digging. Like on the social media side if there has been some lashback, but I felt like this was too experimental for Show Me the Money. Because Show Me the Money is very mainstream, and it still needs to be somewhat hip hop.
I feel like you want to look trendy, not like
to win.
To win.
I mean, I have mixed feelings about that too.
Or be really good at rapping, not singing.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Like Youngbi.
I mean, okay, so we see here too, Jonghyun starts out singing, right? So everyone literally has started out singing in all their rap songs except for Tre LV so far up to this point.
EK too.
Oh right, and
EK starts with rap.
So
right.
three of them, because Takwa I know does too. So yeah, he definitely puts way more emphasis and effort into his singing more than his rapping. Which, if you're gonna, how is that fair then? Right? If this is Show Me the Money, that's like, based on rap.
Where's the Jonghyun that non-stop rapped?
I know. What happened?
Yeah.
Wow.
I feel like it could have been so much more 멋있어 if he rapped about his mom.
Yeah.
I think he also watched Song Min-ho perform, right? Cop. I was like, if you saw that, I don't know why you made this choice. Because I feel like I think they briefly talk about it, but storytelling rap could be very risky. They're saying in competition.
Also have mixed feelings about that.
Yeah, like putting your personal issue out there and rapping about it. It kind of can look very cliche. They're saying, and very
I completely
fruity
agree,
and like cringy almost sometimes. But yeah, it was a risky move. And
overall, it was a good performance and it was memorable.
Yeah. Definitely.
I'm sure this makes Show Me the Money history. Like no one has ever done a performance like this before. But does it beat Takwa? Not sure.
Okay.
So going into his performance, it was called Weedle, right?
Which
and he starts off his rap.
Weedle. Takwa is trying to go up.
Yeah.
Up.
He starts off with a rap immediately. And he raps really well with adding less noises. Because remember in the beginning, in his first audition, he's all about the ding dong ding ping pong.
Instead of the noises, he still made a similar sound, but he was using actual words, like actual lyrics to it this time. And I highly agree with what Mad Clown said last week, how he's such a new face and he's so desperate to get like more fame or like to be recognized in the hip hop scene. And it's hard to beat that passion. And it could work.
Working so
That's
hard.
what Bad Clown was saying. And I'm like, yeah.
He has a good point.
He has such a passion and desire to win.
He's proving it right now.
He has like fire in his eyes in this competition.
He tried to show everything this performance like as if it was his last, right? He made it about, he did an homage to his parents and his family. He did even threw in some dance moves in there. He spit some really fast, tight raps, like almost like Outsider. You could tell how hardworking he is, like, and he's just a rookie. It's,
if you think about it, being a rookie and performing like this, it's pretty impressive. Yeah, it is pretty impressive.
I mean, there were veterans who were so awkward on stage, and he didn't. You know what? This is truly, to me, how I see this is, like, he's 역시, like, when you're young, and you know, no one has all set you up for like fear or anxiety. He's like so confident, almost naive, and because of that, he can just go to the performance, not mess up, give it all his energy as if he's gonna win, even though there's still some doubt in his head. He still performs as if I'm just gonna give it my all and hope to win.
I mean, even like before the performance, he's like, I mean, the audience probably thinks that Jang Yu is gonna win, but he believes that his heart like will win over them.
Wow,
Like he has that like
that's
passionate
true.
heart,
Like
which is
hard
so
working.
true. Yeah.
Yeah, because now that I think about it, I feel like the other rappers who were up against a tough competitor, like 12, for example, was he as confident as Takwa, would you say?
No.
Yeah, I didn't get that vibe from him. You could just sense that he still felt like, I might go home.
Yeah.
Whereas Takwa, I don't
like,
get that
there's
vibe
no
from
going
him.
home.
He's like totally naive to the fact that Jang Yu is so popular and talented, but he's like, no, I'm gonna prove to people I'm gonna win.
He's also the type of person who shines on stage, just like Punch
You're
Nello.
right, he does.
He's also gets
natural.
like feeded by the audience and just like blooms more and
my
more.
God. I have to tell you guys about this funny thing that Pink did. So we see a scene of his Nuna, his older sister, crying. She's so touched by how hardworking her younger brother is rapping on stage, and Pink just goes, "Is that his mom?" I'm like, oh, how dare you?
And
That's
also,
his sister.
and also his sister came on like in a previous clip, so we saw what she
Yeah, that's
looked
why
like.
I knew that was his sister.
But
Oh,
they
I
were
hope she doesn't hear this
they
podcast.
They were filming her from a different angle, so it looked like a different person.
All right. We'll say that for the sake of his Nuna out there who could possibly
Sorry,
listen to
Takwa
this.
Nuna. So we realize at the end, as the producers are talking, that if Takwa loses, there's not going to be no more 40 crew rappers.
Right, that's because we
For the
thought
next
EK was gonna
Yeah.
help them make it to the end, but he got eliminated. So we find out that Jang Yu actually wins the first part,
First
and that
part
was
of the
expected.
votes, yeah.
Like we were all like, "Oh, that was expected," because we know how popular Jang Yu is.
Yeah. The final results, Takwa wins Jang Yu.
Can you tell what's the points?
It
Takwa
was
versus Jang Yu.
it was 2.6 million, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then just 2 million.
That's crazy. This was a tight,
Yeah, it was a very
really
tight,
close win. This was so I was not expecting that. I really thought Jang Yu would win. So again, like
I think this just proves how popular he is.
Takwa?
No.
Oh,
Jang
Jang Yu.
Yu. Like
Because
he even came this close.
this close, yeah.
Without even
I mean,
rapping
everyone
that much.
was shocked.
Yeah.
The rappers and producers.
Shocked.
We were shocked
Takwa.
again.
Takwa, surprisingly, he was shocked. Like a little bit.
I mean, because I
Yeah.
think we all knew that Jang Yu was
All
he's
like deep inside. they
popular.
probably-
Yeah. Man, we couldn't handle this.
Yeah,
we were almost like,
so our plan was to watch it and then go into like recording right away, so it's like fresh. And
we felt so defeated.
We were just like sitting there. We're like, oh, we have to record about this. Like,
Do you know how I feel now? Do you know, like, I feel like this every time I watch Show Me the Money, every time I watch Produce 101. This is how I feel.
Yeah. You always get defeated.
You
at the
always
end.
see me at the end, right? I
At
feel
the
like
top four.
drained. I mean, I look drained.
Yeah.
I look confused. I look like menbong, like just staring and empty-headed, confused.
So shocking. Like this is my last
I don't
line.
even remember who's
This
on my
is-
top 4.
This is like my last note. I wrote, this is so shocking. ... Top 4 is Takwa, Sodongyeon, Punchselo, Youngbi.
Only one person who I predicted is there.
Yeah.
You have 2, but
I have
I
2.
only have 1. Can you believe that? I've watched almost every season of Show Me the Money.
Your 2 favorite is gone, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy. One of my favorite is gone. I still have Punch Nello.
I mean, Youngbi
Oh, yeah.
has been my favorite since the beginning.
yeah. That's true.
And
So next up, it's gonna be 서동현 versus Youngbi, and then it's gonna be Takwa and Punchnello. So should we do top 2 prediction?
yeah, so
You go first.
okay, let's pick from Punchnello and Takwa.
Punchnello.
Yeah, I think so too, Punchnello.
This proved me that Punchnello has a lot of public fans.
He does.
And
remember
he
what
won
I said to you
EK.
a long time ago, how the public likes to root for a good person.
Yeah, a good person. 착한,
someone who has
nice.
good morals, 착해, humble,
humble.
not much scandal around
Yeah.
him. Not just that, but he's an underdog because he got a redemption. He's not meant to be here because he lost that one round, but they brought him back.
Cried so much.
Imagine if he wins.
가자.
That would be really controversial
가자,
though.
Punchnello.
That would be really controversial.
Yeah, it will be.
So okay, and then Youngbi and Seo Dong-hyun. I mean,
Youngbi.
I'm gonna.
So we
I'm
can
going
agree
all in
that
on Youngbi now.
top 2 is
Youngbi and Punchnello.
Okay, so team Youngbi, team Punchnello.
All right, let's do it. I'm all in with Youngbi because my
Youngbi's pretty good.
Other favorites are gone. Oh, I'm so sad.
I texted my friend after watching. I was like, Youngbi might win this, and I hate it.
Wow. Oh, but he deserves it.
Yeah, I mean, like I said before on this episode, like I am already impressed how far he's come, and if he wins, like, kudos, happy for him.
Yeah.
Like, I think he deserves that title. Show me the money winner title.
I think the reason why I think he will win too is, I mean, another good reason why it'd be good if he won is because then Mnet could really use that as an example of why it's so beneficial to go on coding rapper and then graduate from that to go and show me the money.
Thinking about other audition shows, like looking out for other audition shows too. Like, she can't handle when these shows go away. Like, like when Pretty Rap Star is gone, she was pissed.
Don't even
She's
get
like,
me started on that.
I need female rappers to come out.
I was so disappointed when they
she
discontinued that.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is again, like, I feel emotionally drained. All the investments that I've put into this, it's gone, wasted.
Who else feels this way? Who else?
Yeah, like, come on, like, give us some comments.
Yeah.
We'll start updating our Instagram. You can comment there.
Yeah, we're gonna
Your
start
feelings.
updating. Yeah. Follow us on Instagram.
Yeah, we'll use our Instagram to make fun posts like that. I think that'll be good to
Trolling.
document it as we
Something that
go.
we're good at, that we
Yeah.
do all the time.
Do like little screenshots. That'll be good.
Yeah. So
Man.
if you guys want to check it out, you guys can see it
Okay.
on her Instagram. So our social media is It's Pink Slime on Instagram, YouTube, and Twitter. It's ITSPINKSLIME. It's Pink Slime. And to reach out to us directly or send us some comments via email, where can they send us slime?
You can email us at 2.pinkslime@gmail.com. That's to.pinkslime@gmail.com. Woohoo! Woo!
This was a very emotionally draining episode for us. We might need to recover from it for a while. I hope you guys feel the same way. That you guys are with us.
To end this episode, I'd
Yes.
like to sing a song for a fallen soldier.
EK
Sashi sashi sashi.
A B C D E K. Oh, we're gonna miss
Womp,
him.
womp,
I mean, we're definitely gonna follow EK's career more. I think after this, like, I think I really became his fan through Show Me the Money 8. And shout out to EK, we're a big fan. We're really
EK,
upset that you're...
We have high hopes for you. You're gonna kill it in your
Yeah.
career. There's a bright future ahead of you. You gained so many new fans, I'm sure. Hopefully with the help of our podcast.
Not.
But we're rooting for you.
Yeah.
We're still fans. And we're really looking forward to the next episode
Yes.
of Show Me the Money.
Yep. Okay,
So-
semifinals. Let's go.
Let go. Leave us a review. Give us a rating.
Peace. Bye.
Bye.
Do you think he left? Maybe. I'll check in a bit. Okay. Should I pause it? 우리 이번에 we didn't say Punchinello versus EK.
We were so sad about it. That's why. Well, that sounded really bad. Don't put that in.
Blooper.